It's 5:30. Now, Fox 35 News at 5:30.
And new tonight at 5:30, watch the right side of your screen. That little black box there, plenty to talk about. That's a naked jogger, and he got shocked. But should cops have pulled their tasers?
Right now, a local man who was zapped with no clothes on. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Amy Caulfield.
And I'm Bob Fryer. The jogger can't believe that this happened. In the report, he says, "Why would you tase me?" The whole chase was caught on a dash cam in West Melbourne.
7:15 a.m. West Melbourne police officer Sells gets a call. There's a man jogging down Hollywood Boulevard, and the jogger is wearing nothing but a pair of goggles. The officer spots the jogger nude, moving along at a good pace. The officer puts his lights and sirens and stops the car and tells the jogger to stop several times. But the naked man keeps running. He's been identified as 19-year-old Zach Anthony King. The officer turns around, pulls up on the sidewalk, and follows alongside King and continues telling him to stop. But the naked man continues to ignore the officer. Finally, the cop has had enough. He pulls his patrol car over, gets out, and sprints after the naked man. With the officer on his tail, it appears that the naked running man picks up his pace. According to the police report, the officer tells the naked runner, Zach King, to stop or he'll tase him. King reportedly asked, "Why would you tase me?" and kept going. The officer kept his word, pulled out his taser, and took King down. King was taken away on a stretcher and charged with exposure of sexual organs and resisting arrest without violence. In West Melbourne, Holly Bristow, Fox 35 News.
Hard to tell in the video, but I think he did have the proper footwear. So that was good. Police say they feel they had no choice but to tase this guy. The jogger is still scratching his head, though, over this one.
Yeah, we
all are.
Yeah, aren't we? We decided to get some insight tonight from former police chief, the cop doc, Dr. Richard Weinblatt. Thanks for coming in, Richard.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
All right, it seems pretty obvious to me. The guy won't stop. You can't run around naked. That's illegal. What were the officer's options?
He does not have a whole lot of options. Look, this isn't like the "don't tase me, bro." We don't have a supermarket on the use of force. You know, I'd like not to be tasered, but could you baton me, please? Or how about if you take your handcuffs out and throw them like a throwing star? It doesn't work that way. The law enforcement officer is a professional. He or she has to decide the best application of the use of force that's going to cause the least amount of injury.
And I suppose, you know, you could tackle the guy, but he's naked. And the officer could technically get hurt doing that, so that wouldn't be good either.
Well, and you know, it is part of the business. I mean, we do tend to get our hands dirty. I mean, I've grappled with a few naked people on duty. Let me clarify that there for you and Bob there. But you know, I mean, that's part of the job. However, in this case, I think the officer made the right choice. I mean, to taser him, it's less likely to cause injury or death if you taser somebody, statistically speaking, than if you tackle them. Not to mention the fact that if you let the man keep going after repeated warnings, what if he ran into traffic? What if he ran into a yard where there were children there? Then everybody would say, why didn't the officer taser this guy and stop him?
Well, and I guess, you know, your first thought as an officer, you see some guy jogging naked with goggles on, you're thinking, something's not right.
No, something obviously is not right there, and it's not like the officer has a chance to sit there and do a full medical and psychological workup on this individual to figure out exactly what it is that is. I mean, he tried to do it several times from the roadside, tell the man to stop. The man chose not to for whatever reason, and the officer has to act. I mean, a lot of these decisions are made very, very quickly. And I think the officer handled it very well. Look, I'm glad that he was able to sprint to get close enough to taser him like he did. I think bravo.
Yeah, no kidding. And these are the times where we realize, Dr. Weinblatt, that police officers just do not make enough money.
No,
they always deserve more,
but
don't
you know
they?
what? Neither do news anchors, right?
I don't know about that. All right. At least we don't have to deal with situations like that. Thanks so much, Dr. Weinblatt, as always.
Thank you, Amy.
And more news right